Yo, what up you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 204. Just a quick note, I know some of you guys, by the time this video's up, the last video you're gonna say, hey Saiyan, why didn't you talk about what Vivi's father did? You know, he set off, the explosion, not explosion, the crumbling of the underground. The crocodile's gonna get buried alive. What'd you think about that? The reason why I held off is because I saw Luffy going down in there. I figured that the next chapter would start off with that, and I thought that maybe Oda would have some, different things going on with it. I was suspecting like some Indiana Jones type shit. So that's a big part of the reason why I kind of held off on it, okay? That end, given everything else that happened in the chapter, really didn't feel like it was the biggest thing to kind of talk about. And I guess I could have drawn some parallels between Vivi's father's determination, Vivi, but I decided to kind of leave that alone. And the reason I'm making this now, or this little statement now, is I was a little disappointed, because in the very beginning we see Luffy, and he's like, oh, the ceiling's falling in. He's kind of jumping around. I was really expecting Luffy to have to use some of his gum powers in order to kind of get around, because he's got that ability to stretch and everything. I was expecting some really cool shit, okay? I was expecting some really cool shit. So that's why I was doing it, man. That was on me, got my hopes up. So with that being said, let's kind of dive into the chapter. So I'm going to start at the end, simply for the reason that the stuff that happened in the end of the chapter interested me a lot more than what took place earlier on. Okay, earlier on, there were a few humorous moments with Usopp saying, Vivi, I got you, baby. And he's taking out the chalkboard and he's like, Usopp, noise attack. And he's running his fingers down the chalkboard, which if you've ever had a teacher do that shit, like that is like some, if you're a millennial, and most of you guys are millennials, I know some of you guys are on the back end, so you're like me, you grew up in the 90s, and that shit was like a trope on TV, but I actually had a teacher who did that shit, and that shit, whew, that's one of those noises you never forget. So when Usopp did that, I fucking fell out laughing. But at the end of the chapter, okay, I really enjoyed seeing Tashigi because she's giving instructions and she's telling Zoro, like, look, you're trying to get to the square, right? Get your ass in gear. That's where you need to go. Hurry the hell up. And the reason why I like that is I talked about it in the fairy tale review I did, right? I believe it was the Tenryu Island arc. And what I was saying was the fact that a good writer will find a villain and find that moral gray area, and instead of going black or white to extremes where they're just really just driven by whatever it is they're driven by to an extreme sense, they find a middle ground to where they're not wrong and they're not right, and they just place them there. But it's not just for villains. You can apply the same thing to your characters for the needs, their wants, their desires. And so to see Tashigi, okay, she's in that gray area, and I love this because her mentor is Smoker, and Smoke, depending on how you color it, can be gray. So I like seeing that. That was pretty damn cool because she should want to arrest Zoro. In fact, she should want another fight with him, okay? Because this is a shonen. And maybe later on down the line, those two exchange blows. But the thing, especially because she looks like the chick that Zoro trained with. So that's another thing too. I think her name was Kuina. But I just love seeing that. And the chapter ended that way, so nice little cliffhanger. Now, with that being said, I want to kind of twist things around. I want to go into Luffy's fight with Crocodile, because that fight, this is shaping up to be good. This is shaping up to be really good. I cannot stress that enough, because Luffy's first two fights with Crocodile, I can tell you, after having some time pass after reading them, very underwhelming, okay? Like the last one was pretty funny where you had the water and shit. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty damn funny. But for the most part, very underwhelmed by them. I put it kind of about a step or two above his fight with Wapple, okay? I know some of you guys like, the fuck did this nigga just say? Yeah, I just said that, okay? So, I apologize for that, okay? But again, it's my opinion. If you're upset over it, let me know down below in the comment section. So, with that being said, why is this one so much more interesting? Well, the fact is that Luffy is actually using his blood. Let that sink in for a second. Luffy is using his blood. Blood is a form of liquid. That was very good. I don't know if Luffy just straight thought about that, okay, because he is pretty damn cut up. But I could see a scenario where Luffy's like, shit, I don't have any water, but my blood is pretty wet and sticky and warm. What if I put this shit on my legs and on my wrist and my fist? I could probably knock the fuck out of Crocodile. And that's exactly what happens. Luffy just charges in on his ass after we get these flashbacks of Luffy where he's getting these memories of Vivi, and he's telling Crocodile, like, until you give back what you have stolen, which is Vivi's kingdom, okay? And he's like, if it was really her kingdom, she would be smiling. Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, you get a simp card, okay? For those of you who don't know what a simp is, that is I'm literally going to break it down. Someone immortalizing mediocre pussy, okay? Excuse the language, but that's what a simp is, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is Luffy doesn't know Vivi. Again, I don't know how much time has passed on their journeys. I'm guessing a couple of months have passed, given the fact that they're at sea. So that's enough to maybe have joined or created a bond. But similar to what Ichigo was told when he went for Rukia, even just during that short period where he got to know Rukia, it wasn't enough for him to risk his life. And with Vivi and Luffy, I'm not going to go that far, but just that line there, that was some real sucker shit, okay? Like, it's very in character for Luffy. Don't get me wrong, very in character. That's the only reason why I'm not going to just go completely, you know, balls deep and have fun at Luffy's expense, okay? But the thing is Luffy charges this dude, delivers a straight kick to the face, man, and then he follows up with some pretty hard-hitting blows. And even Crocodile's caught off guard. And at first, when I'm seeing that shit, I'm like, yo, good job, Luffy. Like, I was into that. I was into that, man. Really nice combos, man. And the thing is Crocodile immediately puts together, you use your blood. That's when Crocodile says, you fucking cockroach. I killed you 3 times. You kept coming back. How many more times do I have to kill you? And then he says, you know what? I'm impressed by you. Your drive to keep coming to face me is enough. And I like that because Luffy gets acknowledged by one of the 7 warlords of the sea. And Luffy right now is building up his legacy. And it's very important to note that he is doing so in front of the king for Alabasta. And the navy is nearby. When he defeats Crocodile, not only is his bounty going to go up, his crew's bounty by extension is going to go up. But the other thing is Luffy's notoriety is going to shoot through the fucking roof because he took down one of the 7 warlords. Now watch Crocodile turn around and be one of the weakest members of the 7 warlords of the sea. But the fact is that this kid who we saw getting made fun of by Shanks and his crew in the very first chapter, okay, I believe like episode 3 or 4 in the anime, but this kid, this little kid who Shanks sacrificed an arm for, is slowly becoming a legend. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yo, I'm really digging this, man. I'm really digging this. I know that's a 90s term, but fuck it. I love it, man. So overall, pretty good chapter, man. Pretty good. You know, I even like the little shots of the Straw Hats all trying to rally around the smoke, trying to get there because they know that old Vivi found the cannon. So this is going to be cool, guys. You know, my chapter question for you guys is going to be, what were your thoughts about what I said about Luffy building his legacy by beating Crocodile and being acknowledged? So this is a 2-part question, but being acknowledged by Sir Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. This is pretty damn cool, man. But that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day.